Yeah, November came in like a wrecking ball, and I'm not talking Miley Cyrus here. I don't know if it's this super full moon energy or que lo que, pero this month has been pure chaos. And let me tell you something, WooCommerce humbled me. And I say that with all my heart. It humbled me. So here's what happened. Story time. Sit down. I thought, this is my assumption here, which is completely wrong, that the pay later option on WooCommerce worked like the PayPal pay later, right? Like it holds the payment and automatically charges once the book ships. Super logical, super easy, right? Mm-mm. No, absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. I was absolutely wrong. And you know what they say about assuming? And that's what happened to me. So it turns out WooCommerce doesn't charge automatically. No, they don't. You have to do it manually, which means I had readers who got their pre-order copies of the Ordinary Brujas and haven't been charged yet. Cue the spiraling, panicking, and sweating because I'm still am. Because this was not supposed to happen. Like, it was supposed to happen automatically. It's the reason why I got the doggone thing on my website was because I wanted ease. I'm all about work smarter, not harder. I want automation. I don't want manual clicking buttons here. But I was wrong. So that's my first takeaway. As someone who does a podcast on lessons learned, and every month I'm in there humbling myself, please let me humble myself here on TikTok for you all because I can't wait to put this on the podcast. Never assume automation works just the way that you think. I did not read the fine print. I did not read it. I just assume that the pre-order that came with WooCommerce worked the same way that PayPal Pay Later does. I was absolutely wrong. And all I was trying to do was make my author life simpler, keep everything under one brand. Since the bookstore is under WooCommerce, I was like, yeah, let's woo it up. Automated it all up. But WooCommerce Pay Later, that's not where it's at. No, 0 stars, will not recommend. That thing is the opposite of simple. You have to manually charge every order, every single one. You hear me? Every single one. So after I manually duplicate these orders and manually send invoices to these customers that already have their copies and their goodies from the pre-order campaign of the Ordinary Bruja, I will be switching to PayPal Pay Later because homie is not going to go down that way. That is absolutely no, no. Lesson learned. Oof. And I'm going to be real honest with you here. This morning, that voice in my head was loud. And I talk about this voice because whenever I have a doubt or I crash out or I come into like a chaos situation, like what's been happening this week since this month began, full moon, what are you doing? It's this voice in my head that goes like, you're not cut out for this, just give up, just hide, let it go. You're just not going to make it. And it's so insidious. It is so insidious. And I have listened and followed that voice before, and it is not cool. It is not cool at all. Thankfully, I have learned to do better. And one of the things that I have learned to do is to combat that voice, to talk back to that voice in my head. And this is going to sound super cheesy and perhaps super stupid, but this morning I was out of Schlitz and something got in my head. I was like, I can't let this voice win. I can't let this voice win. And I was saying that in my head as I was looking at my website, and I'm like, I can't let it win. I can't let it win. But I didn't know what to come up with. And suddenly, like, it just clicked in my head. It was like this, ah. I was like, you know what? This is what boss ladies do. It's so dumb. It is so dumb. But that is what came up in my head when I was trying to combat this voice that was just telling me to just give it up, hang up the towel, and go home. Yeah, you're not cut out for this. I was like, you know what? No, I'm a boss lady. This is what boss ladies do. We fix mistakes. We communicate clearly. We don't give up when something breaks. We learn how to rebuild better. It sounds so cheesy, but that's what I came up with this morning. And that's what was able to get me out of this rut. And if I would have stayed there, I would have just closed my laptop and then gone upstairs and started getting ready for work and say, you know what, Joy, you're not cut out for this. Just give it up. But I had to remind myself that I'm the boss lady here, that independent authors, we wear every hat, writer, marketer, web designer, even though I don't want to, and accountant, even though I don't want to. And yeah, sometimes that hat is going to catch fire, just like it's been doing for the month of November. I will never forget this launch, but it doesn't mean we stop. So I have a headache. I'm still dealing with it, but I am not giving up. I am putting in my journal the steps that I need to take. First, I got to tackle the orders, manually invoice and send them all out. And then this weekend, I'm restructuring my site. I am removing WooCommerce Pay Later. Homie's not going to go down that way. I will not be doing this with the next book. And moving forward, I'm doing things smarter because you heard me saying it. Like, I'm all about working smarter, not harder. And look, I'm doing this as a reflection. I'm choosing to be vulnerable and to learn from this, but I'm also choosing to share this chaos with others. So that way, two things, right? So that way you don't think like you're on your own when you're going through something like this, because it's so horrible to have that voice in your head. It was so horrible having it there this morning. And also because not only do I want y'all to know that you're not by yourself in this chaos, but I also want to prove to myself and have some sort of accountability that I will not give up. This is a dream that I've had, to share stories and to make a living out of sharing stories, because we're not doing the artist that doesn't eat and doesn't get paid and none of that. We're not doing that. So I am not giving up. If I need to take these extra steps so that way I can rectify what I messed up during this launch, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. But you best believe I am learning from this. So if you've ever felt like everything's falling apart, just listen, okay? That voice that tells you that everything is falling apart, so you must hide or you must quit, is not the truth. It's fear. And fear is super illogical, like super illogical. It's your brain trying to keep you safe, but in a ineffective way, because it doesn't realize that by trying to make you go hide and quit in order to quote unquote be safe is preventing you from growing, because it's preventing you from acknowledging that mistake and learning from it. So we got to keep showing up. We got to keep fixing it. We got to keep learning from it. Okay. You're not behind. You are becoming. That is a Michelle Obama thing. Okay. I read that book and I cry my eyes out during the entire book, okay? And I have to remind myself even today that I am not behind, I am becoming, and we all are becoming. As long as you're not stagnant, you are becoming, and that is okay. So, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get like this. Oh, this preachy. But if this hit home, follow me. I'm going to be putting out some more behind the scenes lessons from this indie author, this Ordinary Bruja launch that I'm still checking in on myself to see how the marketing is going, how certain things that I put together is doing, what are the conversion rates for certain things, what is working out versus what is not. And I want to share that with you all, not just so that way I can have accountability, but also to show you how imperfectly perfect we are all are. And as long as we keep moving forward, that's all that matters. Okay. And I want y'all to check out the Ordinary Bruja too. It's no longer on pre-order, so don't worry about it. Everything runs just fine. It's just a pre-order thing. That is not the best. So since it's officially out, you will order, you will get charged right away, and it will get shipped in a day or two if it's on the weekend. But check it out. The Ordinary Bruja is magic. It's chaos, just like me, but it's also self-belief and not giving up on yourself. So check it out. Love you guys. Bye.